Guys, listen. In the OB update, there are going to be a lot of new things. And if you don't believe me, watch this video.
Feature is that you guys can also control this running enemy. So what's up guys, in today's video I'm gonna tell you guys 10 of the biggest changes that have happened in the advanced server in Free Fire, starting with change number 1, the training ground. So in the advanced server they have updated the training area by adding running enemies. Personally I think it's a really good thing because we can now practice doing drag headshots and one-tap headshots with these running enemies. And a cool thing about this new feature is that you guys can also control these running enemies. For example, you guys can change the speed of these enemies. You can make them stay still, you can make them run, you can make them sprint. And another thing is that you can also change the quantity of the enemies from 1 to 5 as well. And another thing is that you can also change the distance of these enemies. You can keep them in short range, you can keep them in mid range, and you can also keep them far away from you in long range as well. And guys, just like the other two bird statues in the game, you guys can also add in an armor to these enemies, and you guys can also change the HP amount in these enemies as well. So guys, now let's move on to the second change. Now this is actually one of the biggest changes that they have made in the advanced server, and that is changing the peak in the Bermuda map. So right now in the game, in peak we have like 3 main houses: the broken house, the multi-window house, and the double door house. But in the advanced server they have actually removed these 3 houses and they have added in a big house. And in this big house there's a lot of rooms, there's a lot of space, and there also seems to be a secret room upstairs as well. And guys, outside of the big house they have also added in 2 pools. But the problem with these 2 pools is that there seem to be no water. I don't know whether they forgot to add in the water to these 2 swimming pools. And other than the 2 swimming pools, they have also added in a structure that looks like a maze, and in the middle of this maze there's also a chest as well. And other than the chest, another thing that they have added to the peak is this car park over here. And guys, they had also made some changes to the factory and the hangar as well. In the factory they seem to have removed the upper floor, and in the hangar they seem to have flattened out the floors, and they also seem to have flattened out the top of the houses. And for covers they seem to have added this small fence like structure as well. Now the third change that they have made is that they have added in 3 zombie boss hunt missions. And to hunt down the zombie boss, first of all you'll have to go onto one of these 3 places, and once you go onto one of these 3 places you'll have to follow a bird. You'll have to follow this falco bird, and this falco bird will take you to the place where the zombie boss is. And once you go onto that place, the zombie boss will appear. I think this zombie boss is called the evil butcher, the evil version I think of the normal butcher zombie. And once he appears you guys can attack that zombie boss and eliminate him to get more loot. Now the fourth change that they have made can be a bad news for campers that like to camp on higher places. And the reason that I say this is because when you try to camp on higher places in the advanced server, there's this red color tag that will appear on top of you. And the problem with this red color tag is that it will also be visible to the enemies as well. So if there's an enemy nearby, he will be able to know that there's someone on top of him. Now guys, the next change that they have added in is actually a very big change in the game, and I kind of have a feeling that it might become a problem for one-tap players. I will get into that later on. But the change that they have added in is that they have added in a thing called nano vests. I already talked about this nano vest in my previous video, but if you haven't watched that video, what these nano vests do is that they give you shield points. For example, a level 1 nano vest will give you 60 shield points, a level 2 nano vest will give you 125 shield points, a level 3 nano vest will give you 200 shield points, and a level 4 nano vest will give you 250 shield points. So now you guys might be wondering what are shield points. So for example, if an enemy attacks you, first of all the damage will be taken away from the shield points, and once the shield points are over, the damage will be taken away from the HP. And this is the reason that I said that it might become a problem for one-tap players, because the feeling of taking down an enemy with just one tap kind of goes away because of this. That's what I kind of feel about this shield points thing. But comment down below what you guys think about this. I'm kind of like 50-50 about this. I kind of feel like it's a good thing, but at the same time I kind of feel like it's not that good as well. But comment down below what your ideas are on the peak and also on these nano vests. But I almost forgot another thing about the nano vest is that it can also regenerate back its shield points. For example, if an enemy attacks you and reduces your shield points, the nano vest has the ability to regenerate back the shield points. It will slowly regenerate the shield points. But if you guys want to quickly regenerate the shield points, there's also a new item in the game called the nano charger. You guys can use that to quickly regenerate back the shield points. But as I said earlier, I am kind of like 50-50 about this. I kind of feel like it's a good thing, and at the same time I feel like it's gonna be a problem, especially for one-tap players. But as I said earlier, comment down below your ideas, comment down whether you guys like it or not. Now the next change that they have added in is that they have added in this new type of arsenal. So now the arsenal that we have right now in the game, we'll need an arsenal key to open it up. But for this arsenal, we can just stand near the arsenal for some time, just like we stay near revival towers, and once we stay there long enough, it will automatically open up. And the cool thing about this arsenal is that this arsenal has the ability to scan the area and also let you know if there are any enemies nearby. Now guys, the 7th change that they have made is actually one of my favorite things in the advanced server, and that's the new zombie mode. So as you guys can see here, in the zombie mode there's the easy mode, there's the normal mode, and also the hard mode. And one of the main reasons that I like this zombie mode is because of the beautiful maps in this zombie mode. For example, in the hard mode, the sky looks very cool and beautiful, and in the normal mode there's a really cool lab as well. And guys, they have also added in a new type of zombie that kind of looks like a shrimp, and this zombie has the ability to like go underground and then just jump out to attack. And another thing that I saw was that they had also added in this new type of drone that could attack us. It was, I think, in the normal mode. I can't clearly remember, but I think it was in the normal mode, this drone looking zombie kind of thing. I can't remember what it is. Now the 8th change that they have made is that they have brought back the airship. Now if you're a new player to the game, you guys can go on top of the airship by using the zip line, and once you go up there, you guys can either loot the stuff from the airship, or you guys can just stay over there for some time. And if you guys want to go down, you guys can go down as well. Now the 9th change that they have added into the advanced server is a new airdrop called the cyber airdrop, and this airdrop can be found in Clash Squad matches, but sadly I was not able to find this airdrop. I played several Clash Squad matches, but I was not able to find it. But what this airdrop basically is that it's kind of like the special airdrop that falls on VR rank matches, where you just need to stay there for some time for it to load. So this cyber airdrop is also kind of like that. You just need to stay near the cyber airdrop for some time, and it will just load up and give you the items in the airdrop. Now let's move on to the 10th change. So in the advanced server, they have added in 2 new characters. The first character is the Susie character, and the second character is actually a mystery character. They haven't revealed the character's name, and they still haven't revealed what the character looks like. But if you guys want to know what these 2 characters do, and if you guys want to know the other character changes that have happened to the old characters, make sure to go and check out this video. So that's it for today's video, guys. I'll see you guys later on with another video. And
That's all the information I have. And the bar that they met at, which we went back to.
It's all in the mind.